I'm Rob Wilson, President of Employco USA. Thanks for joining us for this week's HR Chat. With me is Jason Eisenhut, our Vice President of HR.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks for joining us. This week's topic, Jason, is the EEOC released their top 10 EEOC complaints for 2020. So the number one complaint is?
Drum roll, please. Retaliation. So over 50%, over 55% of the discrimination charges in the fiscal year 2020, which I think is technically October through September of 2020. But the number one discrimination charge or claim is retaliation at 55.8% of the charges. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, interesting over the last 5 years. So that it's went up 11%. It was 44% and went up over the last couple of years. So 55%, the majority of complaints are retaliation. Though, Jason, the number of total complaints are down.
Right. Yeah. So back in 2016, so we've been dropping, the EEOC has been seeing a steady drop in the number of charges since 2016. Like 2016 had over 80,000 charges, and now we're at or just under 70,000. So the total number, because I think what they're trying to do is get more mediations involved, more lawsuits, more financial damages, and less charges, overall charges.
And I think also, 2020 you had the pandemic, so you had a tremendous amount of people laid off, and then businesses reopening. So I think that might have played a bit of factor. But outside of retaliation, which is surprising, I think most people would be surprised that that's number one this year. Number two is disability. Disability claims.
At 36% of the charges, discrimination charges were related to disability, followed by race and sex or gender, each around 32% of the charges. So yeah, we're still, the big ones are still there. It's fairly consistent in terms of what are the top 3 or 4. Genetic, I think, was the bottom, but the top 3 or 4 are generally hovering around the same order. It's just kind of the number of charges and the percent that's shifting slightly.
Yeah, when you look at from a size standpoint, you had 37,000 complaints on retaliation, and genetic there were 400. At number 10, it had 400 complaints. So, from number 1 to number 10, vast, big difference in number of complaints.
Yeah, so we recommend, even with genetic, taking the time from retaliation all the way down to the genetic, can reinforce some of your policies. If you haven't looked at your policies in a while, kind of polish them up. Ask a company like us. We're at hr@employco.com. We help our clients all the time take a look and create new customized discrimination, diversity policies for their workforce. Do some good employee manager training on diversity and harassment, how to prevent and how to respond to claims. But yes, now's a good time before you hit the discrimination charge to be a little bit more preventive and on the kind of the front side of it.
Right, and use this. Look at the top 10. Update your handbook, update your policies, and take the time to do the training. So there's only a handful of states that require harassment training, such as Illinois, California, New York, and a few others. But do the harassment training. Harassment in general, as well as sexual harassment. Do diversity and inclusion. Do that training and get ahead of the curve so you don't end up with an EEOC complaint. We're happy to help. We do a lot of interactive training from on all levels. So we've been doing the harassment training across the country for our clients. You can do it in person, you can do it remote. It has to be interactive, but get out in front of it and do the training, and nothing bad comes from having a trained workforce.
Yeah, let us know if you have any questions, you'd like any help with it. We're on social media like LinkedIn and Facebook. We're again on hr@employco.com is the email address. But yeah, we're here to help. Anything you could use some help on, we'd love to lend some assistance.
Right. Thanks for joining us this week for our HR Chat.
Thank you.